What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and here's everything we know about the iPhone 7 versus the iPhone 7 Plus. So a lot of you have been asking me what are the differences going to be between these two, and it's just over a month left before we hear about these officially, and they're going to be available on the 16th of September. So lots of excitement around both of these phones, and there are likely to be two. Initially some rumors were saying we might see three models: an iPhone 7, an iPhone 7 Plus, and an iPhone 7 Pro. But these rumors are looking less likely now, and it is most likely going to be the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus. Now, are they going to be called the iPhone 7s or are they going to be called the iPhone 6 SEs? Well, some rumors are suggesting that we're not going to see the iPhone 7 this year. It is going to be the 6 SE, and that's because improvements are minimal and there's not a drastic design change as you guys would have seen from my previous leaks and rumors video. This is a possibility. I'm not going to write it off completely. I personally think it's not going to happen from my personal opinion, and that's because I think it would affect sales for Apple. People generally, when they see a new number, they assume it's a new phone with lots of new features. Whether or not it's that different, it just gives that perception. They are more likely to buy, whereas if it's a 6 SE, many people may be thinking, hey, I'll just wait for the 7. But for the sake of this video anyway, I'm going to be referring to these as the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus. So let's get into the key differences. So the screen sizes are going to be same as last year, so 4.7 inches and 5.5 inches. So there's not much change here, and the resolution is also likely to remain the same. So the iPhone 7 Plus is going to have a better resolution, and if that is important to you and you consume a lot of media, then the 7 Plus, as with the previous models, is going to be the better option here. But that is going to be at the compromise of a larger size. So if you're somebody with maybe small hands, or you like to use your phone with just the one hand rather than two, then the 7 might be the better option for you. Now, a larger size also has a big advantage, and that's of a battery. This is going to be roughly about 50% larger compared to the iPhone 7, and that's going to give you roughly about 50% more usage. So if the iPhone 7 gives you a day worth of use, then the iPhone 7 Plus is going to give you a day and a half. Or if you're a heavy user and the iPhone 7 doesn't get you through the day, then the iPhone 7 Plus should get you through the full day. And this is a big advantage, one of the biggest advantages of going for a larger smartphone. And this is also going to be the case with the iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus. Now, there's going to be lots of things that are going to be exactly the same, such as the build and design. We might see two new colors. We might see a deep blue and maybe a space black. I think it's going to be one or the other. We haven't actually seen any leaked versions of these as yet. Most of them have been renders. So until we see actual leaked models, it's difficult to say, but a space black version would definitely get my money. Now, generally speaking, in terms of the internals, the iPhones have been relatively the same with no major differences. This may change this year, and that's firstly with the RAM. Looking at 2GB of RAM on the iPhone 7 and 3GB of RAM on the iPhone 7 Plus. And this will be because of some additional multitasking abilities that the iPhone 7 Plus will offer. The processors, the internal processors, are likely to be exactly the same. Now, we may also be seeing more differences in terms of the storage versions available. So it's likely that the 16GB version will be ditched this year, and I really hope this is the case. So we'll have a 32GB base model on both. But on the larger side of things, the Plus model is likely to have 256GB. This is something that's been heavily rumored, whereas the iPhone 7 is just going to stop at 128GB. And if you are somebody who's a heavy user and has lots of media on your phone, then the iPhone 7 Plus will be the version to go for, although you are going to be paying extra for that storage. Now, those were the general differences which you may already have known about. And if you want some more detailed specifications of both of these iPhones, then definitely check out my full leaks and rumors video. That covers everything in detail. I'll link that in the cards. But what about some of the differences that we've not seen in previous years between the standard and the Plus model? Well, these initially start with the cameras. So the iPhone 7 is likely to have a 12 megapixel camera. It's going to be improved, a larger sensor, better low light performance, and all of that good stuff that we expect to see year on year. But the iPhone 7 Plus is likely to have a dual camera setup. Now, this is also likely to be 12 megapixels in terms of resolution, but how these are going to work, we're not too sure as yet. I'll link a video that I've done previously with two of the most popular dual camera phones out right now, the LG G5 and the Huawei P9, and you can check that out to see how these manufacturers have implemented the dual cameras, Apple are rumored to be offering some form of optical zoom. So this may be a case where one of the cameras is a standard 12 megapixel camera, but the secondary camera may be something that has a larger focal length and will allow you to get in closer to your subject. So this is a possibility. We may also only see optical image stabilization on the iPhone 7 Plus like we have been seeing in the previous Plus models. And we might have some additional software features on the iPhone 7 Plus which will let you take advantage of those dual cameras. And in terms of other major differences, we may be seeing a smart connector on the iPhone 7 Plus, which will not be available on the iPhone 7. You guys may have already seen lots of leaked images which have these 3 dots towards the bottom of the back of the iPhone 7 Plus. This is similar to what we've seen on the iPad Pro, where you can connect things like a keyboard, but the iPhone 7 Plus may come with additional benefits, so maybe some smart cases, maybe wireless charging as well. This is something that's heavily rumored that we might be seeing wireless charging via this smart connector on the iPhone 7 Plus. However, there are certain rumors saying that Apple are going to ditch this altogether this year anyway and introduce this next year. So this is also a possibility. But if we do see a smart connector, it is only going to be on the iPhone 7 Plus. Now remember, you are going to be paying a premium for these features. I'd expect roughly about 20% more for the iPhone 7 Plus compared to the iPhone 7. So although you are going to be getting those extra features and functionality, you're going to be paying for those. Now before we conclude, just a very quick thanks to our sponsor for this episode, which is Dbrand. Dbrand provide lots of quality skins for many devices, not only iPhones but Samsung Galaxy devices, as well as HTC, LG, all of the big brands out there. If you've got a smartphone that you want to customize the look of, then Dbrand is the way to go. I'm going to be leaving a link to them in the description below, so definitely do go ahead and check them out. So those are the key differences we're likely to see between the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus. A lot of you are asking me to do this video so you could summarize those differences. I hope you found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more content coming up on here. And as soon as the iPhones are out, I'm going to be having lots of hands-on coverage. So make sure you don't miss out on those. If you're already subscribed, then be sure to switch on notifications. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.